Can't fall asleep again? You're not alone. Studies show that almost a quarter of all Europeans regularly experience problems with falling or staying asleep, even though we should be pretty good at it. After all, we spend a third of our lifetimes asleep, which makes it the one activity we invest the most of our time in. If that still doesn't help you with falling asleep, there's no need to worry though, right? Aren't 6 hours of sleep enough anyway? And is missing out on 1 or 2 nights really that bad? Well, it's more complicated than that. So, how much sleep should you get? It varies through our whole life. While the recommended amount for adults is 7 to 9 hours a night, for teenagers it's even 10 hours. No wonder the typical 8 a.m. classroom is filled with sleeping students. Between school, homework, computer games, and especially complicated social life, they just don't get enough sleep. With enough sleep so hard to come by, you might think that there's no way you could ever get enough of it, but that's actually not true either. It is absolutely possible to get too much sleep, and it's even been linked to the same negative effects as getting too little sleep. Heart disease, metabolic problems such as diabetes and obesity, and cognitive issues, including difficulty with memory. And hypersomnia, the medical term for staying in bed too long, can also be a symptom in itself, linked to depression and other mental health problems. Now that you know how important sleep is, and how much sleep you might be missing out on, you'd want to fall asleep as fast as possible. And one surefire way to fall asleep for good is, of course, to hit the bottle, it seems. But actually, alcohol doesn't really endow you with a good night's sleep. For the most part, it only sedates you. What this means is that the body, and the brain in particular, is unable to perform all the vital processes it usually does while you're goofing off in dreamland. The breaking down and discarding of toxins and waste products that build up during the day, the moving of newly formed memories from the short-term to the long-term memory, and the repair of DNA. Many of these processes can't be performed when your body is sedated, so while it might seem like you got enough sleep, you really were just unconscious and might feel even more tired in the morning. So, sleep well. Good night and good morning.